is broken. You have what's left to be spoken. All these memories I am choking. A life worth living, and now my mind is trembling. What comes next is only pending, and I cannot work mending. Everything around is broken. You had words left to be spoken. All these memories, all I'm choking from your promises. And now we stand on empty promises. Broken dreams come true. Again and again. I can't hear you, Sk8bar. I can't fucking hear you, Sk8bar. Why can't you just leave me up? sir. Sk8bar, are we having a party tonight or what? First and foremost, Mr. Mike Riley from Beneath the Skin. If you have not checked out his band, you should absolutely fucking do that. He's out there right now. He is the one who put together this last minute show. Sk8bar, thank you very much for having us out on the last minute. We literally had 2 weeks to plan for this. It's been kind of difficult because we're in the fucking studio right now. So thank you guys very much. Make some noise for Sk8bar, Mr. Mike Riley. All right, we're going to keep the party rolling. We're just going to get after it. We're not going to do a whole lot of talking. I will do some, like right now. It's going on a fucking time rate, but here we go. Here he is, Mr. Mike Riley. Ladies and gentlemen, every relationship has a pulse. Sometimes that pulse flatlines. That's exactly what this song is about. This is called Pulse.
So who here has seen a Wicked Demon show before? And you fucking came back, you bunch of weirdos. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a couple new things for you tonight. As a matter of fact, we have three. One of them, please make welcome to our new brother, Mr. Nitro Destruction! He's literally been in this country 6 months? Went on 6 months. All the way from Spain, ladies and gentlemen. The second thing is if you've seen us before, you're not going to know this next one because it is brand fucking new. We're going to tone it down just a little bit. This song is called Nevermore. We hope you like it. So I did say we are currently in the studio recording our full-length debut album. That song will be on that album. So after this show, we're disappearing. We're going into the studio. You will not see us again until that CD is done and ready to be released to all of you beautiful people. That being said, we have reached the cover song portion of the evening. I have one question, and I need a very, very serious answer, because this is going to determine how this next song goes. Are any of you really, truly fans of NSYNC? NSYNC, you know who they are. Anybody? Anybody like NSYNC at all? Because that is a super weird fucking thing to admit in a heavy metal show. Yeah, token over there. Ladies and gentlemen, luckily for you, this song has nothing to do with that fucking band. However, this band has made the news in the headlines recently. One of their members did just recently leave. And right now, I'm going to try to do the job of two people. This song is by I Prevail, if you know the words. We're gonna fucking go! This is for as you come. Is this for as you come? Time is up, there's no return from them all. Watch it burn. So this next song is the very first song that this band ever wrote. A lot of you know it, and I know for sure. My three children, I almost said children. One of them is completely passed out on the floor right now. I'm getting ready to sing their favorite song. You gonna come sing it with me? Ladies and gentlemen, my daughter right here, 8 years old, absolutely loves this fucking song, and I promise you she knows every goddamn word. If you've seen us before, you know it. If you don't, welcome to it. This one's called Not the One. It's about fuck around and find out, because I'm not the one. Give it up for my fucking kids. So, earlier I said there were 3 things that are brand new, correct? Y'all heard me say that, correct? Here's another new one. This one's called It's Not Me. Sk8bar. So, 2 new ones, what do you guys think?
Thank you.
We had 2 weeks, and not even that, a week and a half before the show. And those songs were just ideas that Ben kind of put out on a track and let all of us kind of meld on. I think we've played them together as a band one time in my garage, and then we went to the studio and forgot about them. So that was literally with absolutely 1 practice, and that was this past Tuesday. So if you liked it, thank you. If you didn't, thank you. All right, can I talk to you for a second about something a little serious? You guys are the judge, let me know. All right, those of you who have seen us, you know this part of the show. Those of you who haven't, the name Waking Demons, it's all about mental health. Sometimes We bury shit way deep in the back of our fucking heads, and we can't get rid of that shit. It's there, we know it's there, but we put a smile on our face and we move on with every single day. Sometimes you can't move on unless you actually wake that motherfucker up and deal with it in order to move on. That's what waking demon symbolizes. So, if you are dealing with depression, if you are dealing with addiction, if you are dealing with anything right now in your life, I want you to find somebody. I want you to fucking talk to them. I want you to wake those goddamn demons up. I want you to fucking get rid of them once and for all. This song is about my addiction. This song is called One Last Pill.
I can't remember feeling happy. No one really hurts me.
Fill in this hole, come on, get closer. Everybody, come on, we're almost done. Seriously, if you're going through some shit right now, or at any point in your life, go fucking find someone to talk to. You are important, and we as sure as fuck love you, especially for being here tonight. Thank you. Now, enough of the slow, sappy shit. Are we ready to get heavy again? Bullshit, you're at a goddamn heavy metal show. Are we ready to get fucking heavy again? Mike, I'm gonna need you up here for this one, buddy. Get your old ass up here. I'm old too, motherfucker. Come on. Seriously, on this one, I want to see bodies moving. I want to see head banging. Break your goddamn neck. You only live once, right? This song is about suicide. This one's called Gun to the Head. Everybody makes it goddamn hit. Everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4. and gentlemen, have you enjoyed yourselves this evening? Fucking nobody, really? You haven't enjoyed yourselves this evening? Have you had a good time? Please make some noise for Gunpowder Republic, ladies and gentlemen. And our newfound brothers, they played our very first show. We loved them so much, we wanted to do another goddamn show with them. Please make some noise for fucking Easy Tiger. Let's do it again, please. Make it a thing. Ladies and gentlemen, we are Waking Demons. We will be back soon as this album is done. But in the meantime, we do have merch. This is our shameless plug. So please, after the show, come over, say hi, get a shirt, get a sticker, get a koozie, get a merch pack, we don't care. Come say hi, just shake our hand, take a picture, whatever. We're flip us off, we don't give a shit. This is our very last song, ladies and gentlemen. And this is our current single. Granted, everything that we have released currently is a demo, but this is the one we were treating as the single. So, if you know the words, please sing along. If you don't, please listen. Go online to Spotify, go online to YouTube, go online to TikTok and Facebook and Instagram. We are fucking everywhere. It's like the plague, like 2020, only worse. Ladies and gentlemen, we love you. Thank you for coming out last minute. Mike, thank you. Sk8bar, thank you. JD, thank you once again for running all the fucking lights. Please give it up for JD. This song is called Hesitate.